Alright, so just another little video here. Got this new, well, new for me, mod called Magic Dueling. Basically, the idea behind it, it's been out for a while. Just like I've said in the past, these are not new mods. They're just, new stuff I'm trying out just to make the game a little bit more interesting. So the author says that he got the idea from Harry Potter, essentially. For those of you who've seen Harry Potter, when Harry fights the bald guy, snake face looking guy there. I don't know, I don't really watch Harry Potter. But anyway, when he fights the bad wizard, they shoot out this, like, it looks like silly string at each other. And, the camera pans all around, it gets very dramatic, and, the silly string, the red silly string pushes against the blue silly string, and, it goes back and forth, and colors spray everywhere. So that's kind of what the mod author wanted to achieve here with this. Hopefully I still have the book on me. Yes, I know, it's a lot of books. There we go. Magic Duel settings. So you'll get this book when you install the mod. One important note, you will need SKSE in order to run this mod. SKSE stands for Skyrim Script Extender. And basically there are limitations that modders face when making mods for the game. They are of course confined by what the game engine will allow them to do. So someone came up with the Skyrim Script Extender application, and that allows them to basically bend the rules of what the engine will allow, and basically give some really cool features and some really cool options in their mods. So this book acts as a configurator. The first time you open it up, it'll just open up and you can read through it, and he goes into detail about it and basically explains everything. If you close the book and open it again, you get to this configuration application. So settings, you can set the level of difficulty for the dueling. It is kind of tricky, so I would recommend maybe Apprentice or Novice. Since this is the first time I'm trying it, I'm putting it on Novice. Speed. Change the speed at which the duel will execute itself. So if you put it on very slow, there will be a lot of back and forth, a lot of clicking that you need to do in order to get this to finally pay off, either for you or against you. So I put it on fast just because I don't want to spend 20 minutes in a magic duel. Chances. Set the likelihood of starting a duel. Well, I put it to very likely because hopefully I can get one right off the bat here. Damage. Choose the amount of damage the duel's loser will take, so keep in mind you might be the loser as well. I put it to 70% just because, if I'm going through all this effort, it better have a big payoff. Levels. Choose how much of an impact the level difference between you and your opponent will have on the duel's outcome. Now keep in mind that Skyrim does try to level the characters in the world to be close to your level. But occasionally you will come across an area where there is characters that are lower level than you or much higher level than you. So in order to make it challenging, I put it as considerable. Skills. Select how much of an impact your skill difference, the destruction schools between you and your adversary will have in the duel's outcome. What that essentially means is your destruction skill versus the NPC's destruction skill. So if you have, I don't know, a destruction skill of 80 and the NPC has a destruction skill of 60, well, the advantage is in your favor. So that in mind, I put it to very considerable. And synchronization. Okay, so this is how the actual duel works. You have to alternate between left and right clicks. So left click, right click, left click, right click. You have to keep doing this, and you have to keep it in time. So you can't, like, screw up and hit left twice or have like a long pause. Otherwise, whenever you screw up the synchronization, your opponent gets the edge on you, so the massive energy moves closer towards you. If you're really good at your synchronization, you'll actually see this massive energy moving towards your opponent. So I'm not very coordinated, at least not for this, so I put it to very unimportant. And it even has a slow time. You can essentially stop time so that everyone else is frozen in place, except for you and your opponent. You can slow time down, which is very much like the slow time dragon shout, if you've seen that, or just let everything play out at normal speed, which is what I did. Keep in mind that when you're locked in a duel, you are essentially ignored by everything else around you. So if there's other characters fighting on the screen, or another battle waging on, or let's say there's multiple enemies, everyone will ignore you and your opponent until the duel is over. So don't worry about whatever option you pick. You're not going to get ganked by a bunch of people, so whatever, it's fine. Shouts. Choose whether or not you wish to use a shout at the end of the duel. So remember how we picked the damage level? 70% is what I set it to. So to leave him with 30% health. Now if you pick an option like that, you have the chance with this to finish off your opponent with a shout. Now the shouts that it will use is Frost Breath, Fire Breath, or Unrelenting Force. Now in order for it to use any of those three shouts, you must have all three words of that shout. Again, this is all explained inside this book here in the background. The first time you open it, it goes into great detail here, so don't worry about me going too fast over it or you missing any of it. Just read it when you install it. And that's it. So with that set, I'm just following Neloth here to an area. Gonna go look at the second black book in the main story for the Dragonborn DLC. And the reason why I picked this area with my particular character here is because I know there's at least 2 or 3 magic users in this area, so I'm hoping to be able to trigger a duel with them. Now what'll happen is you have to fire off a spell within like 1 or 2 seconds of your opponent firing a spell. If you have it timed properly, what'll happen is there'll be a white flash on the screen, and that signals the start of the duel. So let's see if we can get this going here. So I'm just going to make sure I'm all buffed up here, ready to go. Get my fire spells ready. And Neloth, I don't know, he's just, there we go. So, Dwemer Room of Nacharduk. I think I'm pronouncing that properly. Nacharduk? Yeah. Come on, magic user. And you have to be within a certain... and I'm in the water. You have to be within a certain distance of the magic user. So you can't be too close, obviously, otherwise there's no point in doing the duel.
By Malakath's hairy knuckles, you'll pay for that.
By Malakath's hairy knuckles. That is a new insult. Alright, someone is zapping me here. This guy, he wants it. Oh, come on. Come on. Shoot. Shoot. Oh, you little bitch. Sorry for the language there. Alright. Come on. Oh. You know what, buddy? If you're not gonna shoot, I'm gonna kill you. It's that simple. No? Alright. Well, this guy then. Alright, come on, buddy. Attack. Alright. I don't know what's going on here. This little duel thing here isn't kicking off, and Neloth is almost killed. Ah, there we go. Alright. Let's rock. Alright, so gotta alternate left and right clicks here. Takes a few seconds for the animations to sync up, so be patient. Left and right click, left and right click. You can probably hear it. Oh! That was actually pretty cool. Alright, so there you go. Magic dueling. That was pretty awesome, actually, when it worked. Took a little while. I guess you have to be within a specific range. But, yeah. Anyway, magic dueling. Harry Potter. Check it out.